Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel where we dive deep into the most shocking moments in celebrity television history. Today, we're going to unpack one of the most talked about incidents in British morning TV, the alleged heated confrontation between Dame Helen Mirren and Lorraine Kelly that supposedly led to Helen being kicked off the show. Now, before we get into the details, I have to be upfront. After thorough research, this story appears to be completely fabricated, likely originating from clickbait YouTube videos designed to generate views with sensational titles. There is no credible news report, no official statement from MyTV, and no evidence from reliable sources that Dame Helen Mirren was ever kicked off Lorraine Kelly's show or involved in any heated confrontation with Lorraine. In fact, Helen has appeared on the show multiple times over the years, discussing her films like Golda and Shazam, and while some viewers have called those interviews cringe due to Lorraine's enthusiastic style, there was never any storming off or kicking out. But since the title Helen Mirren kicked off Lorraine Kelly's show after heated confrontation has been circulating in misleading videos, let's explore why these stories pop up, how they spread, and what the real interactions between these two iconic women have been like. Morning television is meant to be light and fluffy, but sometimes the pressure of live broadcasts can lead to awkward moments, though in this case, it's all hype. Lorraine Kelly has hosted her ITV show for decades, known for her warm Scottish charm and gushing over guests, which not everyone loves, but it's her signature. Helen Mirren, on the other hand, is a legendary actress, Oscar winner, and dame, famous for her poise, wit, and no-nonsense attitude. Imagine if they clashed. It would be epic, right? But it didn't happen. Those YouTube channels, often with names suggesting British drama rewinds, create narrated scripts over stock footage, inventing dialogues where Helen supposedly snaps at Lorraine over a personal question or a disagreement on a topic. They claim it happened in seconds, with Helen storming off, leaving Lorraine stunned. Viewers fall for it because who wouldn't want to see the Queen actress go diva mode? Yet, checking actual archives and news, Helen's appearances were polite, promotional chats. In one from 2023, she talked about playing Golda Meir, and Lorraine was overly complimentary, leading some Twitter users to call it embarrassing. But Helen stayed professional throughout. No walking off, no heated words. This kind of misinformation thrives on social media, where thumbnails with shocked faces and bold text lure clicks. It's harmless fun for some, but it can spread false narratives about celebrities. Helen Mirren has dealt with real controversial interviews in her career, like that infamous 1975 one with Michael Parkinson, where she was objectified, and she later reflected on it gracefully. But with Lorraine, it's always been cordial. Perhaps the confusion comes from mixing up shows. There are similar fake stories about Helen on Loose Women or Good Morning America, or maybe it's patterned after other alleged walk-offs on Lorraine, like fabricated ones with Michael Caine or Cliff Richard. The point is, don't believe everything you see in a YouTube title. Always cross-check with reputable sources. In reality, both women are professionals who respect each other's craft. Lorraine has praised Helen numerous times, and Helen has graciously appeared to promote her work. So, if you're here for drama, sorry to disappoint. This one's a myth. But stick around as we discuss why these fake stories are so popular and look at some real awkward TV moments that did happen with other celebs. It's fascinating how the internet amplifies fiction for engagement. Let's continue exploring this non-existent incident by imagining what could have sparked such a confrontation if it were real, while emphasizing again that it isn't. In the clickbait videos, the supposed trigger is often Lorraine asking an invasive question about Helen's age, personal life, or past trolls, prompting Helen to defend herself fiercely. For example, one script claims Lorraine commented on Helen's bikini photos from years ago, implying something inappropriate, and Helen shut it down sharply. But in actual interviews, Lorraine sticks to safe topics like Helen's latest projects, her admiration for the actress, and light anecdotes. Helen, known for her candidness about aging and body positivity, has openly discussed those famous beach photos herself in other forums, embracing them as empowering. She said in real interviews that she doesn't mind talking about age because she's proud of her career span. So, a clash over that seems unlikely. Another common fabricated plot point is a disagreement over feminism or Hollywood standards, with Helen allegedly calling out Lorraine for superficial questions. Yet, Helen has been on the show discussing strong female roles, like in The Queen or Catherine the Great, and conversations flowed smoothly. Viewers who criticized past episodes pointed to Lorraine's over-the-top flattery, saying things like "you are amazing" repeatedly, making it feel sycophantic, but Helen handled it with smiles and grace, never showing irritation on air. These fake narratives borrow from real tensions in celebrity interviews elsewhere. Remember when Helen revisited that old sexist clip and handled it with class? That's the real Helen, a composed and articulate. Lorraine, too, has had genuine awkward moments with other guests, but not explosive ones leading to ejections. The myth persists because drama sells. Channels pump out these videos with AI-generated voices or dramatic narration, using clips from unrelated appearances stitched together to fool viewers. It's a trend we've seen with many celebs: Paul McCartney, Anthony Hopkins, even Piers Morgan supposedly clashing with Lorraine in similar titled videos. All fake. The algorithm rewards outrage, so creators exploit it. Meanwhile, the real story of Helen and Lorraine is one of mutual respect in the industry. Helen has supported British TV, and Lorraine champions women in entertainment. If there was ever slight discomfort, it was minor, like in 2023 when some felt Lorraine talked over Helen, but that's common in excited hosting. No kicking off, no heated anything. Instead, let's appreciate Helen's real bold moments, like when she almost swore on air during a Lorraine appearance but caught herself, leading to a funny exchange where Lorraine said she could say whatever. That was lighthearted. Or her sharing a stunt injury story calmly. These are the authentic interactions. By debunking this, we highlight the importance of media literacy in 2025, where deepfakes and AI content blur lines further. Always search beyond the title. If you're a fan of either woman, watch their actual interviews. They're charming in their own way. Helen's wit shines, Lorraine's enthusiasm warms. No need for invented conflict. Diving deeper into why this particular fake story gained traction, it's worth noting the pattern in daytime TV gossip. Lorraine's show is a staple for celebrity promotions, often featuring A-listers in relaxed settings, but that informality can lead to misinterpretations. In real Helen Mirren appearances, like the one promoting Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Lorraine gushed about Helen's hair and energy, which some online called cringe, with comments like Helen looking like she wanted to roll her eyes. But watch the clip. Hey, she didn't. She engaged politely. That's the closest to tension we've got, and it's a stretch. The fabricated videos amplify this into a full-blown argument, claiming Helen said something like "enough with the compliments. Ask a real question before leaving." Pure invention. These stories appeal because Helen Mirren has a reputation for being fiercely intelligent and not suffering fools. From her early career battles against typecasting to her advocacy for women, people love imagining her unleashing it on a bubbly host. Lorraine, conversely, is seen by some as too effusive, leading to backlash episodes where viewers complain about her style. Combine that, and you have recipe for viral fiction. But in truth, Helen has spoken positively about morning shows when they fit her schedule, and she's no stranger to promo tours. She's done countless interviews without incident. The clickbait often uses old footage of Helen looking serious from dramatic roles, overlaying it with made-up audio. Sophisticated editing tricks the eye. As of late 2025, with AI advancing, these become harder to spot, but hallmarks include no source links, dramatic music, and repetitive phrasing across channels. Many trace back to a few content farms specializing in shocking TV moments. Similar tales exist for other Dame-level stars, showing it's a template. Real controversial Lorraine moments involve guest no-shows or minor gaffes, not kickoffs. Helen's most heated TV exchanges were decades ago or hypothetical discussions. Recently, she's been in the news for positive things, like her repair shop appearance restoring a historical cello or commenting on hair and aging naturally. No drama with Lorraine. This myth also reflects broader celebrity culture fascination with diva behavior. Think Naomi Campbell stories or old Joan Crawford legends. But Helen is more grounded. She's joked about her own temper in interviews but channels it professionally. If anything, The real story here is how misinformation affects reputations. Both women have long careers built on talent and likability. Fake scandals undermine that unnecessarily. Fans should celebrate their achievements instead. Helen's versatility from prime suspect to Fast Furious. Lorraine's longevity in broadcasting. Perhaps one day they'll reunite on air, proving the harmony. Until then, let's call out the fakes. Now, to further illustrate the fabrication, let's compare it to actual awkward celebrity interviews that did spark real buzz. For instance, there have been genuine tense moments on other shows, like old clips resurfacing or live slips, but not this one. Helen herself has a famous example from 1975, where the interviewer was patronizing, and she pushed back subtly. That's documented and discussed openly. On Lorraine, nothing comparable. In fact, during one visit, Helen shared fun stories, like nearly swearing when praising young actors, calling older ones old farts jokingly, and Lorraine laughed it off permissively. That's the vibe, playful, not hostile. The invented confrontation often pins the blame on a specific question, say about Helen's marriage to Taylor Hackford or her child-free choice, topics she's addressed openly elsewhere without issue. She's a feminist icon who speaks freely on such matters. Lorraine isn't known for probing invasively. Her show is feel-good. So, the plot doesn't hold. These videos rack up views by promising shocking footage but deliver narration over unrelated images. Viewers comment believing it, spreading the lie further. It's a cycle. By 2025, platforms are better at flagging misinformation, but entertainment gossip slips through. Credible outlets like BBC or Daily Mail report on Helen's real news, like feuds quashed or charitable work. Never this. Searching archives shows Helen's Lorraine spots as standard promo, smiling, engaging, promoting. One viewer backlash was over perceived sycophancy, not anger from Helen. She looked amused if anything. This highlights interviewing styles clash. Sometimes enthusiastic versus sophisticated, but professionals navigate it. Lorraine has interviewed royalty to rock stars smoothly mostly. Helen, with her theater background, excels in live settings. No reason for blow-up. Perhaps the story borrows from mixed-up memories of other guests, or it's wishful thinking for drama in bland morning slots. Either way, it's untrue. Let's shift to appreciating real Helen Mirren moments. Her SAG Lifetime Award reflection, her boldness in roles challenging ageism, her humor. She's inspiring. Lorraine too empowers with her platform. Debunking this preserves their images. If you enjoyed actual tense interviews, look up verified ones, not fakes. Stay skeptical online. As we near the end of this discussion, consider the impact of such false stories on the individuals involved. Dame Helen Mirren, at 80, continues working prolifically, voicing narrations, acting in films, supporting causes. She doesn't need fabricated scandals. Lorraine Kelly, a TV institution, faces enough real criticism without invented ones adding fuel. These videos harm by eroding trust in media and potentially upsetting fans. Some believe it, defending Helen as standing up or attacking Lorraine unfairly. It polarizes unnecessarily. In reality, both are admired. Helen for grace and talent, Lorraine for relatability and endurance. Their interactions, when they've happened, reflect that a respectful, promotional, positive, no evidence of animosity. Perhaps in a parallel universe there's drama, but not here. The title you mentioned is pure clickbait, one of many in a series targeting classic British stars on Lorraine's set. Creators know nostalgia plus shock equals views, but we can choose better content. Watch official ITV clips or Helen's masterclasses for substance. This episode teaches vigilance, question sensational claims, seek multiple sources. As of December 2025, no update changes this. Still fake. Helen's latest appearances elsewhere are celebrated. No mention of past TV roles. Let's celebrate truth. In conclusion, the title Helen Mirren kicked off Lorraine Kelly's show after heated confrontation leads to a fabricated tale with no basis in reality. It's a product of online sensationalism, not fact. We've explored its origins, why it spreads, contrasts with real events, and broader implications. Remember, celebrity news should entertain but not deceive. Support accurate reporting, enjoy genuine interviews, and call out fakes when seen. Thanks for watching this deep dive. Subscribe for more myth-busting and real celeb stories. What other clickbait titles should we tackle next? Comment below. Stay informed, stay kind to stars who deserve it. Goodbye for now.